it's Voon. How are y'all doing? I am a horrific, sweaty mess. I have been outside in my pajamas since 7:30 this morning, and I have been working on trying to make something pretty. Let me show you. So this pile was the nasty, nasty pile of hard, chunky clay dirt behind here. There's the pool. It had to be dug up, if you could see that, to make the pool level. So I'm trying to make some lemonade here. My tomato plants that are in the containers, the buckets, they are just not making me happy. So this might be a little unorthodox, a little crazy, but I'm going to do it anyways. Sorry, I'm moving around the camera so much. So you just saw that pile of dirt, and this crazy girl is going to transplant some tomatoes into the ground. My tomatoes are not making me happy. They should be full, lush, and green. So we're going to see if this experiment works. I'm thinking that it will. And if not, then I'll pull them if they die, and I will go get some starts that need saving from the local nursery or whatever, and I'll start over. I still think we have plenty of growing season. It's June 29th right now as I'm filming this. But I need full tomatoes. I need. So let me get started and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Crazy? Yeah. Gonna work? Yeah, I think so. See you soon. Let me just add this soil behind me. It has the clay, it has soil, and it has bunny treats in it. And there's a few weeds, so I got to do a little bit of that too. So I'm gonna get started now. Hey, Billy, the Wickershire Project. Look, this is what's left of my third truck of soil. Yeah, I still got to scrape some of that up so I can hill up some of my front yard potatoes. Now these aromas, this is how to me the tomatoes should look. They're lush, they're full, and I think it's because they are, you know, the roots are into the ground, you know, and I'm convinced of it. So this is what I'm starting with. Look at this. You see this? This should be full and lush. It's like over a foot, you know, over a foot tall. It should be much bigger, much fuller. It should have blooms. So I gotta do something about this. So I'm gonna start with these 4 here, and yeah, I'm transplanting these big tomatoes. I cannot help it. When I think of what they should look like, well, I think of Jules' Small Gardening, and Jules and Beth, their tomatoes, they look freaking amazing. You know, this is not amazing. I want amazing. So I'm going to do my best to fix them. So wish me luck. So it is June 29th that I am recording this and transplanting these. So we're going to revisit in a couple of days and then in a week. And hopefully I will see some dramatic changes. That is my hope, and that is my plan. So you will see the second half of this on the same video. So I'll see you shortly. And I totally ruined my shoes doing this. Seriously, check this out. I forgot to change my shoes again, so they're like really, really messy, dirty. That's right, I'm still in my pajamas. That's right. Alright, guys, it is 4 o'clock. I think I started at 7:30, something like that. I've just transplanted 28 tomatoes. I am a freaking filthy hot mess. Sweaty, I'm gross, but it's done. And in a couple of days, I'm going to come out here. The first row that I planted, already the tomatoes are standing up. But being that they're out of the, you know, they're off the concrete, they're in ground, so the roots can spread out. I'm really hoping that these tomatoes are going to bounce back. And I'm just crazy enough to try it and transplant all these because it's going to work. You're going to see it's going to work. Boone is not playing around. I want some tomatoes. Anyways, let's take a closer look. Now, the soil, there's soil, there's clay, there's sand, there's bunny pellets or treats, as I like to call them. Everything has been watered in really well. I really do think, you know, it is a shock for these, but I actually think they look better already. I know it sounds weird, but in a couple of days, we're going to see for real. I mean, look at this one right here. I mean, the leaf, I mean, it's standing tall. It's not like hunched over like it's hurting. It doesn't look like it's in shock. They are a little bit, but I think it's looking good. So I am hoping that my idea works. So this is going to be my new tomato garden patch, whatever you want to call it. I am not playing around. I need these tomatoes to be full and lush, and that is the goal. Now let me show you what I did with the tomatoes that I didn't have room for in this area. Here are the tomatoes that I didn't have room to transplant into the ground. Tomatoes should not be spindly looking. I mean, look at these. They're tall, they're lanky. This one's not but so bad, but when I lifted this one right here, it was like the roots were in the ground on the concrete. There was like a crack in the concrete, so the roots were in that. And here's that one. So there's what? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got some German pinks, beefsteaks, and this one right here on the end is a yellow pear. I ain't gonna lie, I have been working all day in my pajamas, in my, I think they're Jack from like the Nightmare Before Christmas or something like that. Anyways, it's 4 o'clock now. I need to get cleaned up now. I am done for the day. I have transplanted the last tomatoes, and look at these buckets over here. Hold on, let me show you. These buckets, they are going to be used for green beans. I had great success with green beans. Maybe not all of them, but that's a lot of buckets still. There's like, I don't know how many there. Enough. So I will repurpose these and grow something else in those, but not for my tomatoes. My bush beans did fantastic in these last year, so I just may do more of those. So stay tuned. I'll see you soon, and if you watched all the way through, thank you so much. I hope today is good to you. Bye. It's Moonchild. We are walking over to my tomato bed, and the first part of this video you will see the tomatoes that I transplanted from buckets and put them in the ground. I have learned that they do better in the ground. Not saying that they don't work in the container buckets, but I had them in buckets sitting on concrete, and not a good idea. So let me show you what they look like today. And today is like the 27th. So let me spin you around. So here is my new tomato garden bed, if you will. And you will see that they are not spindly like they used to be. They are lush and full, and I love it. Look at this one up here. Look at that. Look at that. Isn't that great? So yeah, this is like a tomato jungle now compared to the tomato toothpicks I had. So just for me, I want to do it in the ground next year. This is my new garden bed, but I also have, that's the acorn squash right there, and you see that one vining there. Sort of a, supposed to be a pumpkin, but sometimes things are labeled wrong. So let me go to the other side. You can see this here, this pumpkin has sort of kind of taken over a little bit. But what are you going to do? I'm letting it do its thing because it does have fruit on it. If it doesn't produce very much, then I'll pull it. But my tomatoes are doing so much better now that they are in the ground. And the biggest battle I have now is so far the critters. And I don't mean little critters. Something big is eating my tomatoes. And I have to get them right when they just, the slightest color gets on the tomatoes. I've lost more than a dozen tomatoes already, more than a dozen cucumbers, and we're talking big ones here. Big ones. So I'm gonna look through this jungle. I see a bunch of tomatoes that I need to pick. Hard to see because it is a jungle compared to the spindly ones you see in the beginning of the video. So yeah. Just a quick shot of my okra since it's right here next to my garden bed. That's in a raised bed. It's really hot outside. It's like, I don't know, feels like 100 degrees. I'm melting. I've been harvesting some chocolate mint to dry in my mint bed. So I just sort of kind of came over here to the tomatoes so I can give you an update. It's been a while. But no more spindly tomatoes. Nice and full. It's a jungle and I love it. Absolutely. So thanks for watching today on my update of my spindly tomatoes and what I've learned container gardening versus in-ground. They're both can be done, but I really prefer my tomatoes in the ground, and this is my new in-ground tomato bed. So, yay! Till next time. Hope today's good to you. Bye.